You know, people act like there's not an issue in the church right now. People, and you know what, atheists, people of other religions, I need you to take a back seat, my friends. I'm speaking strictly to Christians right now because you people need to wake up. I'm sick and tired of seeing videos like this and then people in their community do nothing about it because it's not their problem. This is your problem. You wonder why we have so many people who don't believe? How do you not get it? How does it not enrage you to see that this type of action, people who pretend to be pastors are the cause, are one of the many causes for people not believing. If I was an atheist and saw this guy, I would think you'd be nuts to be a Christian. This guy reaches what, thousands, if not more? Tens of thousands probably? He's a bishop in New York. Everyone he reaches, they're either fooled. Wait, you know, I shouldn't even say that because if you look in the seats, it's empty. Thank God it's empty because this dude is the epitome of the verse that speaks to false prophets. And I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I will post it for you.
Take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures. Take the pictures.
Bishop Lamore M. Whitehead at his church in Brooklyn, New York this past Sunday, where he was giving a sermon, and he says a woman who was being disruptive then walked up to him, and he said he felt threatened by this woman, he and his wife and his child. So part of the
I ain't playing. Here's the verse. It's Matthew 15. It says, "Watch out for false prophets, for they come to you in sheep's clothing, but they are wolves." How much more obvious do you need? This man stands there and acts like a Christian. It says that he is sent by God to speak to you and lead you and to be the light. But then when someone comes to him, and I don't even know what this woman is saying, and I'm gonna have to look this up to even see if I need to thank her or whatnot. But when this woman comes and gives him a little bit of pushback, he assaults the woman. And then has the audacity to say his life was in danger. Bro, the next verse talks about you will know them by their fruit. Take this for what it is. This man, and I want to lay it out because he's not the only one. There are plenty out there. And there are a lot of good pastors out there who are falling into the same sin and the same trick of the devil. This man wants nothing more than for you to tithe to him. How obvious is that? You know, it is obvious because he clearly doesn't have a congregation. But I know there might be someone lost, someone that you are meant to find. And he's going to be the first one they find. Watch out for the ones that see this as a transaction where they pocket the money and then buy fancy stuff for. We see that in some of the pastors that I have looked up to my entire life. Do not stand for this anymore. If you're a pastor and you truly believe you're pastors, because I am talking about the biggest churches in America right now. If you are seeing your pastor fall into this trick, say something. He might be what you need. No, wait, I'm saying that backwards. You might be what he needs. Do not assume just because he is up on stage that he is not immune to what the devil is trying to do. And if you think for a second that God is giving anyone money so that they can pocket it and spend it on earthly treasures, you are wrong. You are meant to grow it. You are meant to use it to show the light. You are meant to be the light. You are not meant to be content with the riches of the world. When you die, you are leaving it all in the dust. None of this on this planet matters. Be happy. Buy things that make you happy. I am not saying be miserable, but I am saying strive for something more. And stand up to pastors like this. Pastors that are blatantly, obviously taking advantage of people who are so lost and looking for the light that you are. Bro, I am sick and tired. I really am. I don't blame people for walking away. When I hear people say they don't believe in God, I'm like, well, it makes sense. Because we are meant to be the light that brings them so that they can feel some type of connection that all of y'all talk about. But when we have people like this who are supposed to be the leaders of Christianity acting like this, how do you not realize that this is something you are meant to stand against? You are not meant to be content. You are meant to be warriors. You are meant to be the light. You are not meant to sit by and say, that's not my problem. It's your problem. Everything on this planet is your problem. It doesn't matter if it's in another government. It doesn't matter where it is. It's your problem. Please don't take this as being to be disrespectful of anyone else and anyone else's beliefs. That's not the way. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying when it comes to your religion and people are making this type of mockery to it so that they can buy a nice BMW, because you know that's what it is. He's not the only one. Say something, do something. Do not just sit on the sidelines and assume that God is going to send someone to do something. Which is kind of ironic, but that's a whole nother thing. I don't know what to say. If you can find me this woman, I would love to know more about this. More than what this video shows. And if you have any questions, and if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to come to me. I'm not the same. I don't expect money from you. This is not a job. It's not a job. This is a calling. It is something I was asked and I could choose to ignore. Something I did ignore for a long time. Until I saw BS like this, until I could not ignore the starving children overseas, until I could not ignore the children mining the stuff for our phones. That's when I said, I would rather make myself look like a fool than even ignore that. If you struggle with the idea of God, ask me. I'm open ears. Be polite about it, because I'm always on edge and I'm always an asshole. But if you want to make fun, you're more than welcome to. I talk smack, so just be prepared for it. But please, if you have any questions, if you need help, if you're struggling with anything, if the world is giving you punches after punches and you don't feel like you can take it and there's no one else you can call, you can come to me.